Big theme is that this is a continuation of the expansion and the job growth, which began a decade ago. And it continues, and we've seen it accelerate. We've seen it decelerate. This is a month of acceleration. But underscore the fact that the jobs being created by and large don't pay the same type of wages as the pre-recession jobs. And that leads to the biggest challenges that Americans face, and that is a better picture when it comes to jobs, but a feeling that that paycheck doesn't get them what they need to be able to live the quality of life they want.
We, Joe, debated earlier today whether the jobs, we looked at an index of high quality versus low quality jobs, and the consensus there was that it's a combination of growth in lower wage jobs and jobs that don't have full-time hours attached to them. But be that as it may, let's look in the swing states, if we might, for a minute. And I'd like to get your reaction to this. The unemployment rate is lower in the states that carried President Trump into the White House: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Ohio. But in each of those states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Ohio, Mr. Trump trails Joe Biden in the Real Clear Politics average polls by something like 7 percentage points. He also trails Ms. Warren, Senators Warren and Sanders in those states. Is a good economy not redounding to the president's electoral benefit?
I think the good economy will eventually redound to the president's benefit. I think that the president will benefit from these consistently strong numbers. Consistently strong low rate of unemployment, and even if the wages are only ticking up on the lower side of the ledger, remember the president does extraordinarily well with non-college educated groups, and these will be the folks that are experiencing some uptick in their employment in their income. This is a good thing ultimately for Donald Trump, I think.
You know, it's interesting. Tyler points out here that these states have lowered their unemployment rate, and yet the unemployment rate remains higher than the national average. In Pennsylvania, it's 4.2%. In Michigan, it's 4.1%. In Ohio, which often decides presidential elections, it's 4.2%. Joe, when you're looking at these voters who so significantly supported Trump in 2016, we're talking about the farmers and the coal miners out there. Do economic issues drive their vote, or are these other issues that they're going to the polls about?
Economic issues do drive their vote, but they also care about tone, and Donald Trump has been very, very convincing to folks in Ohio and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan by saying, "I'm fighting for you. I'm the guy that's fighting for you. And you need to continue to hang in there with me. I'm the one that's fighting these trade wars. There may be some short-term pain, but there'll be long-term gain if you stick with me." And I think that message will resonate with voters in 2020. So I'm not too worried that he's lagging behind right now in these early polls.
You know, Mayor Morial, in 2016, President Trump targeted the voters that Joe just so accurately described, the disaffected people who felt alienated from the economy. They felt like the left behind, the forgotten man and woman in decaying, in some cases, cities in the heartland and so forth. But it would seem to me that these are the absolute target voters for Democrat candidates this time around. Mr. Sanders, Senator Warren, Mr. Biden, Buttigieg, they are all targeting that disaffected person. They're not going to cede that turf to President Trump this time. They can't.
And of the aforementioned, 3 of them lead Donald Trump. But here's the problem. In Ohio, Donald Trump's approval rating is down 19%, 17% in Pennsylvania, 20% in Wisconsin, 22% in Michigan. These are stunning numbers. He's underwater from where he was in the 2016 election. And what that tells me is that the economy is not the driver. It's his rhetoric. It's his leadership style. It's his effort to cancel the health care plan. It's a wide range of issues, and voters are not simply looking at the economy and saying we're going to give the president credit, because it's a continuation of what began under Obama. These underwater numbers for the president in these states are a tremendous challenge. These are double digits, near 20%, so you're down from where you were in 2016. And in 2016, you were only a point ahead. So the economy, this may be an election where the economic issues are not going to be the sole driver for many Americans, including Americans in many of those swing states.